said, still want that lower sweep on ETH. But that's going to come with BTC rejecting if we do get that rejection. I still think mid 116s is a better bid. I still think mid 116s is a better bid, no doubt. So we will see how that plays out. But Link, I got you on Link, brother. Yeah, we'll just go through a bunch of chart requests. For the most part, not going to be trading a whole lot. Probably won't be calling anything out until FOMC. If you're bullish on Link and you want continuation on Link, you're bidding right here. I'm just letting you know. If you want to be bidding Link, this is the spot to be doing it. I can tell right off the bat. If you want to be bidding Link, this is the spot to do it. You can keep like a 5.5% stop loss. This retest should hold. If not, then all this is here. Let's go to a different chart just so you can see a little bit clearer. You definitely want it to hold here. Or else we just deviated range highs, and you're probably going to see him move back down into mid 15s at minimum. But if you're not looking to get risk on right now, which I wouldn't blame you if you were, then wait for this sweep, and then next time we break range highs, that's the trade to take. Good. Link, what else we got? Keep them rolling. We're just going to bang out the chart request. BTC doing 117.8. CRV, XRP, got you. Damn, actually, a lot of my CRV analysis has been fucking perfect, but I'm not a big fan of trading this coin, honestly. Unless we're going for another range low sweep, we should have just bottomed on that move down. But honestly, the play I'd be looking for on CRV is once we sweep these lows and start accepting below, I'd look to short. Such a good song. I gotta get YouTube Premium then. I just hate subscriptions because I'll never cancel them. But yeah, I mean, ideally, like if you're long CRV right now, this retest should be bottom, but and if you want to bet on that, if you want to bet on this retest being the bottom, what you do, let's get rid of this. What you do is you bid 98.20 to 97 with your stops below these lows. Probably go. Shit, I mean, you can keep it tight if you want, brother. You can keep it tight. XRP, got you on XRP. I was actually getting some alerts on XRP not too long ago. Damn. I mean, obviously, very, 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 very strong off the lows, man. Jeez. Let's see what this high time frame chart looks like. Kind of see what we're working with. Okay, so that definitely got invalidated. I've been saying once you get a reclaim of these lows, I think that's the better trade to take on XRP. This PO3 got invalidated. I wouldn't even say invalidated, but didn't lock in. So, I mean, I think the best trade you could probably take on XRP from a continuation standpoint is, so if you do want to be long CRV, like I said, this is pretty much the spot you'd be doing it with the stops below the lows. Personally, I'm waiting on everything, so take my advice if you want. Don't take it. Doesn't really make a difference to me. But yeah, I think the better trade is waiting for a reclaim of these lows. Once we start trading above here, I mean, you could probably target 3.80, assuming BTC hasn't topped. As long as BTC continues to make new all-time highs, I can pretty much guarantee XRP will as well. Have an imbalance here. Damn, this has been such an efficient move up. My lord. So, you guys ask about imbalances, why I like playing them. Here's a great example. Right, you can see we left this imbalance on XRP. Absolute bottom was just a fill of that imbalance. Like full bottom. Granted, like, yeah, that would have been a very hard trade to take, because your validation would be odd. But there's a pretty good example of why I love imbalances. Sorry, I'm spending a lot of time on XRP, but yeah, I think the best trade to take on that is definitely waiting for a reclaim of those lows. If you want something a little bit lower, if you're begging to get a little bit lower, you take this reclaim 318. You take the 318 reclaim with your stops below the lows. It'll be like a 3.5% invalidation, and then I'd probably move stops up at like 0.5 R. Because we shouldn't retest that area again, but yeah. Got you on Tau. I think somebody just put out a Tau limit, if I'm not mistaken. The bid on Tau. This is very, very, very simple. The bid on Tau is here. $360 to. Honestly. I think for a spot setup, 360 to 337, stops below 315. Really nice. Really nice. If we get that. I know somebody just put out a limit though. I'm not sure what at, but 355, 345 stop loss, 318. Yeah, okay. See, there's a. Okay, so mine was 363, 38 stops 318. So yeah, that's a pretty. Wait, did we just get news? ECTF? Wait, SEC acknowledges following to permit damn, staking. Wow. Well, we're probably not going to get our ETH fills, I would say. I would definitely say we're probably not going to get our ETH fills. Oh my god, that retest on LDO was money, bro. Money. Holy shit. That is absolute money. Wow. Dang, I can't believe I missed that news. I would have just marketed freaking. Damn, I would have just marketed LDO. That sucks. Those are the free layup trades where if you just are at your setup and you're being active, those are just free trades. I mean, I was the only reason I didn't is because I was on stream, so I guess I didn't really see the news, but it's okay. It happens. It happens. It happens. Sorry, guys. Just trying to give me 1 second. Video. DIA, I'll take a peek at DIA. I'll take a peek at Bonk. I'm trying to just see what the reaction on LDO is like. Obviously, that's the recent news. So surprised it's not full sending harder, honestly. One second, boys. I'll get to all the chart requests. Like I said, I'm pretty focused on what the reaction on LDO is going to be like. This is kind of telling, right? Go even a little bit lower time frame. This is important to see how hungry the market is. What were the chart requests? Sorry about that, guys. Brett, Hype, Bonk, Dia, bread hype bonk Dia. Okay. Bad luck was always hanging in. Dang, man. I probably should have marketed ETH. That is unfortunate. It's weird right now because ETH's going a bit, and LDO is kind of not keeping up. All right. Starts breaking these highs. That'll be nice. Okay, back to chart request, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so we got bonk. Did I look at hype and the other ones? If I missed your request, just resubmit it and then I'll try to get back to you. Honestly, fuck this coin. We got stopped out at Pico bottom the other day, but hey. I mean, I think if you're gonna take bonk, honestly, I think you should take it on spot and DCA down to this breaker. The only thing I don't like is obviously the reaction after we swept these highs. But we're trading into our daily imbalance now, so if you want to try scaling into position, and then if we just start accepting below 25 cents, then don't think that's the worst idea. Don't think that's the worst idea at all. It's kind of going right now, though. What's ETH at? 37.80. How about these fumbles, boys? How about these fumbles? So unfortunate. So unfortunate. Okay, nice. This ETH reaction I like. I don't drink whiskey. 37.81. What is Monday low? Okay. ETH's looking good. What's LDO doing? Weird reaction from LDO. What else do we got? Aave. Abe's actually stronger than LDO. ENA, I know one of you guys asked about ENA, so ENA, not really the reaction you want to be seeing, I would say. Dang, I can't believe we fumbled this. Not really the reaction you want to be seeing at the moment. I think 52 to 50 stops below 47 is the bid. Something like this. Definitely not one of the strongest off the lows. That's for sure. See though, this thing tends to pump at the most obscure times though. Hype Brett Dia. Okay, got you. Sorry, just with that news drop, I just kind of wanted to focus on this thing. So yeah, we had a hype, little hype problem this morning. Apparently, people could not withdraw. Hype's kind of a very similar situation to BTC, where we just swept Monday lows, and we're now trading into this hourly imbalance and the 200 EMA on the hourly. So it's like I wouldn't necessarily ape here. The entry would have been on the reclaim of Monday low, and that's obviously into demand as well. So demand held. Probably not going to see lower prices on hype anytime soon. Let's bring this back. Okay, Lido new highs. That's good. Okay, the market's hungry for risk right now. Market is hungry for risk. Can't lie, guys. Mm, 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 mm. So much going on right now, guys. What else do we got? Nice song. Oh, banger. Absolute fucking banger, bro. Best song for breakouts. Yes. Dude, honestly, this is one of the greatest songs of all time. God knows. God knows I want to break free. I wonder if the one guy who requested, "Hey, can you please stop singing?" is still in the group. Uh, Now, see, here's the question. What would I like playing? Would I like playing this demand retest, or do I want this imbalance? I can't get over the way they love me like you do, but I have to be sure when I walk out that door. Okay, so here's the thing with Brett, right? Like Brett, is one of those obscure pairs where I would much rather play a breakout on it, right? I would much rather play a breakout on Brett than a retest. It's pretty illiquid, but you'll obviously get some days where you're getting. Okay, is BTC back above for one? Damn. Okay. A few fumbles from the Bryce on not marketing into some stuff, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. Still wait for FOMC. We got monthly close. Just not a high probability day by any standpoint. So Yeah, bread isn't one of those coins that I love playing retests on. If you do get a dip down into 46 cents, maybe you could try a position. But or if we start reclaiming 58 cents, you could probably try a scalp long and just use this retest as your invalidation. So something like this. Pretty much the only two things I would look for: that retest or this reclaim. Let me turn this down just a little bit, guys. Man, Monday low sweeps have just been money lately. Dia I can look at it as well. I mean, honestly, pretty clear cut on Dia. Pretty freaking clear cut. I mean, you do one of two things, right? If you want to take a scam pump position on this, you buy it right now, and just cut if we start accepting below these lows. And then if you want to retry, let's say we start accepting below those lows and then reclaim, then you could retry basically the same setup. I wouldn't obviously go with any sizable amount of your portfolio on this, just because don't really know anything about the pair. Dude, I don't want to hear about fucking Dunkin' Donuts right now. Don't really know anything about the pair. Looking like a pretty scammy coin, to be honest with you, but okay, ETH rejected. BTC's rejected. What does Brett got, or what does Eli got? 0.475. What did I say? Yeah, dude, I can't lie to you. Normally, we have a very similar trading style. That's hilarious that happened back to back on Towin. I said 46. Yeah. So him and I have pretty similar trading strategies. So he uses the 0.75 fib, and like obviously I've pulled so many 0.75 fibs. Like I think subconsciously my mind just kind of knows what the 3/4 of highs to lows would be. So yeah, like if you look right now, he just pulled his fibs from here to the highs, and this is your 0.75, 0.786. So if you're wondering where he got that from, I'm sure his chart looks pretty similar. That's hilarious though. That's hilarious. That happened twice. ENA got to ENA. What else we got? Anything else? Dude, I wanted to see more strength from the Lido here. SPX Soul Chill guy. By the way, top close on SPX, but we won't talk about it. Full top close on SPX. Like literally, like like to the minute tick top close on SPX, but not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about it. Yeah, I mean, once again, you guys, imbalances. Why do I play imbalances? Once again, bottom on an imbalance. I mean, honestly, you want these lows to hold. You want these lows to hold for sure. And then if you want to take a continuation setup, now that we just swept, you look for something like this. And when you're there. By the way, top close on SPX. By the way. I just knew too much. Does that what a banger. What a banger. Same situation on Chill Guy as Brett. Like we're actually coming to into a pretty nice area on Chill Guy. Like this is a pretty high confluence area. Gotten a lot of reactions from this area prior. Um, sorry, I'm drinking carbonated water, and that went down the wrong pipe. That was terrible. That did not feel very good. Damn, LDO is actually about to retrace. Chill Guy's a tough one because we're coming into a really nice level, but we just broke down. Honestly, we probably got such a violent move off the lows on Chill Guy, because it's so low cap and it was so heavily shorted. But like long term, I don't understand why anybody would be wanting to hold on to Chill Guy. Like it was a meme for maybe like a week, right? Like I don't know if you guys are very very caught up with social media in today's day and age, but like I mean, it was a meme on TikTok for maybe a week. I don't even have TikTok. I know that from Instagram, but all I know is I didn't see it for a very long time. It's been so long since I've seen anything about just a chill guy. Um, so long term, like I would say there's just no reason to be holding this for anything more than a scam pump. But if you expect the market to keep moving and chill guy to keep scamming, then you take this setup. But we did just break down on trend, and yeah, I mean, this is a must hold area. This is a must hold area. If we don't hold here, we're just gonna go back to all of this and probably lower. What else we got? Soul, got you on Soul as well. Sorry, I feel like I banged out a lot of requests today. Pause. Soul, Soul's got to hold here too, bro. Soul has to hold here. Soul's got to hold here, brother. Can you, my darling? What's your take on BTC and overall market? I think we'll have a better understanding come monthly close as well as FOMC. For me right now, I wanted a little bit deeper of a sweep from a TA standpoint on BTC and on ETH. We did sweep Monday low, and the reclaim was pretty reminiscent of what we got last week. At this point, if we start covering these lows, I think there's no reason we don't go and tap mid 116s, right? If the weekly low isn't in on this last sweep of Monday low, then we're probably gonna tap 116s at minimum, and then then what you look for is if we lose these lows. We lose these lows, you either look for a retest of 111. Actually, I'd say a little bit higher because we've been front running range highs. So yeah, you're gonna have to bid higher. You look for a retest of mid 112s. So there's two things you look to play if the weekly low is not in. If the weekly low is in, then all of this is null and void. If the weekly low isn't in, then what I'm looking for is 116.5 down to 115.6, and then you could play this loose with your stops below these lows. If we don't get that, I'd say 113.5 to 112.30 stops below 110.10. 110.200, my bad. So just to wrap that all up, put a bow on it. Weekly low's not in. I think 116.5 to 115.6 stops below these lows, or what did I say? 113.5 to 112.5 stops below 10.2, 110.2. And if we don't get this retest and we just sweep these lows, then all you look to do is long on the reclaim of the lows, like we got here of these lows. That was a lot all at once, but hopefully all of that registered. Hopefully this was it. Yeah, I mean, I have no dog in the fight. I'm flat outside of some spot bags, but it very well could be. It very well could be. It's ETH trading at ETH reaches to 37.6. Just checking and seeing what everybody else is doing. We talked about Link, right? We talked about Link basically being, right here, right now is where we'd look to be picking it up. Text just went long on Link, so same confluence there. So Whiff got you on Whiff too. Not a strong reaction, honestly. Not a strong reaction. Rebidding this range low retest for a short would have been money. But let's get a cleaner chart. I've been loving range trading from a range low sweep and then just buying the deviations once we reclaim. And what I mean by that is, I was it clear when I looked at this? if the market bottoms here and whiff locks in this deviation, then all you do is once we start accepting above, take along with your stops below these lows. TP1. Oop, just had like a stroke. TP1 here. TP2 here. TP3 at these highs. You can fully close up there if you want. Charts are looking clean. A lot of stuff is looking looking good. If ETH starts accepting above 37.80, I'm not going to call this out, but I might personally take this. My stop's below 37.60, so I mean it's probably a $25 stop. Let's see if it's even worth doing that. There we go. Feels a little too calm before FOMC and month end. Yeah, right, exactly. That's why I'm not really too mad about missing that quote unquote news. ENA, we're not getting reactions on ENA right now. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. This would be the area I'd be looking to bid 53 to 49. Stops below 46. I think that's what I said prior. Okay. Now we start thinking down the rabbit hole, right? So good news normally comes at the top, bad news normally comes at the bottom. That's great news for ETH. I wonder if we're going to see a little bit of rotation into Sol. Like Sol ETH is showing some signs of life today specifically. Similar situation where we swept these lows and have reclaimed. I mean, shit, there's a lot of... I did actually just say the opposite about Sol ETH a few days ago, but that's prior to this news coming out. Yeah, maybe we start to see some rotation into Sol a little bit. Maybe it was just early on JTO and everything else. I still think that at some point JTO has a face melting run. I really still do believe that. I mean, if you look at most of the other charts that we looked at, barring ENA, maybe Hype, XRP, obviously, all of the shit coins that we looked at and the coins that will not be here next cycle, do not look like this, right? Like we didn't even break range lows on our mini all bear market, so I think at some point this is gonna have a it's gonna have a face melter. Get a better song. Fat BNB, yes. FET does not look great. FET does not look great at all. If you want to bid FET, I can pretty much guarantee you the area is going to be 63 cents. I think I might have said something a little bit different before, but yeah, like you see what I was talking about with like just being able to eye out where 0.75s are subconsciously at this point. You can just, I don't know why, when you pull fibs that much, you can just kind of eyeball it. And what did I say? 63 cents. I think that's the bid there. That's the bid. Stops below these lows. But Fed has completely lost the limelight and any sense of nice price action since the whole ASL merger with Ocean and Ajax. Back in the day, man, Ajax, I can't even believe it still has some list. Yeah. Back in the day, Ajax was so much fun to trade. This was one of my most traded pairs back in the day. Caught up in you. BNB, got you on BNB. I don't know if we talked about this in another stream, but man, that was pretty darn clean. BNB, I mean, should hold here. BNB should hold here. That would have been one of the better coins to long on BTC's Monday low reclaim, just because of how bullish it's been. BNB probably should hold here. What was it looking on a 12-hour? And if not here, then you rebid 788. Probably 7. If we don't hold here, this is what you rebid. 788 to 771 stops below 750. If that doesn't hold, then you rebid. Yeah, that's too many. That's too many trades all at once. At that point, I would say walk away if that doesn't hold. But honestly, we probably just bottomed on BNB right there, assuming our weekly lows in. But kind of a harder trade for me to give, honestly, just because of this vertical accumulation price action. Probably have to go down to a lower time frame to get you a better entry. Yeah, this is pretty darn strong off the lows, man. Not from a percentage return standpoint, right? Like it's only 1.5% off the lows, but from a percentage return standpoint relative to market cap, this is probably the strongest off the lows outside of XRP. No, XRP is stronger off the lows, but we also dumped more. Absolutely, D-Attack. Fartcoin got you on Fartcoin 2. Who you look to take on Fartcoin? 96 to 80, 81, honestly, for me. I would look to pick up spot there, 96 to 81. If that doesn't get tagged and weekly low across the boards in, then you look to play the reclaim of 118. So yeah. Damn, I'm just turning out the charts. So I don't watch a lot of other people's streams. Would you guys say like speed wise, right? Speed wise. I feel like when I'm flowing, I can get out a shit ton of charts in a very short amount of time. not that any of that matters. I wonder how my streaming strategy differs. That's not what you want to see on Pengu. Losing a lot of strength on Pengu. A lot of nice retests here on alts, man. A lot of nice retests here on alts. This might be one of those situations where I might need to grab some more exposure here. I might need to just take maybe one or two more spot setups because I feel like this might be a situation where I'm waiting for lower and we just don't get it. I need to look at BTCD and I need to look at alts as a whole. Ideally, this 12-hour closes like this on BTCD, and we get a little reversal, and BTC still holds, so alts can juice. Looking at here, shit. Very well could be a total two bottom. Quick like a cat, Bryce. What counts as a reclaim closed wicks? What time frame? Candle close, not wicks. Candle close. Time frame. I play a lot of different time frames. Normally higher time. So like, okay, here's a great example. This is even on total two, right? Which is completely obscure, but like, here's a great example. Like, once we reclaim these range lows on once we reclaim these lows on total two, I mean that ended up being that the safest entry for alts. Down here you're catching a falling knife. This ended up being the safest entry for alts. Maybe on this retest, if you're in some weaker alts, you got taken out, but from there you're at absolute bottom. So it's the same situation as like a Monday low reclaim. Is that so large? But like Monday range is this is normally the price action that you get leading into I mean this is if you matched up BTC's past 2 days, this is pretty much exactly what we got, right? Where you get your Sunday pump, your Sunday pump normally starts selling off on New York Open on that Monday. Put in your low for the day, and then obviously today we just swept, and then on the reclaim, all you do is play BTC with your stops below those lows after we swept, or ETH, whatever point you're trading, right? So like match up BTC to that. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Close enough. Close enough. But no, I need to go lower time frame. I'm tired. Yo, Bryce, you don't do RSI and divergences? No. Nope. Nope. Pure price action. Never RSI, never divergences. I mean, imagine you were shorting every ETH 4 hour and daily bull div. Or bear div, my bad. I just don't like bottlenecking myself to those constraints, right? I think the way that I have my trading set up where, when we're ranging and more so on majors, playing imbalance and 0.75 retests, and then on alts playing breakouts, I think it's absolutely perfect. Right, because what do you want on alts? You want momentum and you want scam pumps. That's what everybody's looking for on alts for the most part. You're looking for scam pumps. You're looking for a quick move. If you weren't, then you would just be buying spot BTC every single day. But that's why most of us are here. So for me, it's like I would much rather play a breakout rather than trying to catch a falling knife on alts. Jeez, I'm getting a lot of freaking. Damn, that just completely threw me off my flow. Yeah, talking about playing breakouts on alts. Like I said, I would much rather have quick invalidation on alts, especially on leverage, rather than nurse alt positions. So yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect because if I want to try to time a bottom, I think my success rate is a lot higher on majors. I still think we get. I think this is. What am I? What, I'm off my flow now. I'm off my flow. I think this looks better. I think this looks better. Do we, but yeah, I mean, let me check, I can't believe LDO's reacted this way. I'm not gonna lie, man. You guys can call me whatever you want to call me. This song is fire. What a banger, man. What an absolute banger. Call me whatever you want as long as you call me, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell, I like it too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sand Vegeta, remember, I think you've asked about sand prior. If you haven't, then I apologize, and I was wrong. Um, but I just think there's not much of a reason to be trading sand. I mean, I think the VR real estate sandbox narrative has definitely we've moved away from that. And by the time that stuff starts to pick back up, there's probably going to be newer and better projects that are taking the limelight. And honestly, the fact that higher time frame, we just put in a lower high. I mean, this we're just distributing. We're probably going to continue to distribute. Granted, yeah, it will be moving when every other alt market is. I just think there's so many better pairs to be trading. .75 imbalance retest bottom. Yeah, if we lose these lows, probably going to see a considerable amount lower. But a lot of liquidity on perps upside. TKS. What? Oh, thanks. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I didn't even realize I was. I can't. I didn't realize I was. I accidentally just muted my mic there. Sorry about that, guys. And I just got hyper focused on. That's the I dude. I just had a full ADHD stroke there. I apologize, guys. Holy. No, I'm lying. I didn't even mute my mic. I just looked down at my phone and completely fell into the rabbit hole. I'm trying to not use my phone as much. Um, and yeah. I fell into the full rabbit hole there. I apologize. Um, what is BTC doing? Yeah, getting that rejection a little bit. Getting the rejection a little bit. But all right, boys. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call it there. We got about an hour and 15 minutes in. That was one of my longer ones. I hope I answered all your guys' questions. I hope you guys got some value from this. If there's anything that you guys want me to look at in chart ID, please reach out to me. I'm happy to do so. If anything, if you think it's something that I'd like, that's actually helpful for me, because then I have extra eyes on the and I can give you some feedback and tell you where I'd be bidding. But yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, chart ideas or general, I'd be happy to help. So thank you guys all for joining. Hopefully, like I said, got some good value out of it. Love you guys all, and we will see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Roots. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. ADZ, AR, Winner, Cinco, Chico, Slayer Eyes, KLR, Andy, T-Mars, GeForce, PTX, EBX, Anna, Roots, Ventura, Cypress, Vegeta, Musician, Ezaples, Yolanda, Doc Rock, Janie, and Amy. Thank you guys all. Thank you guys all. Thank you guys all so much. Yep. Love y'all. Yep. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.